Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, episode number 13 for Monday, August the 25th, 2008. Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, the daily video blog where I review a movie 7 days a week. My name is Leland Brunger and thank you very much for joining me. The movie I'm reviewing for you guys today is the latest movie from David Wain. And David Wain, you might know him from the MTV sketch comedy show from the 90s called The State. He's also in the sketch comedy troupe Stella. They had a show on Comedy Central for a little while. He also directed the movie Wet Hot American Summer, which is one of my favorites. And he was also in the movie The Baxter. So the new movie he has out is called The 10. It's directed by David Wain and it's written by David Wain and Ken Marino. And Ken Marino is, he appears in Wet Hot American Summer. He was in The Baxter, I believe. I'm probably wrong. And he was also on Veronica Mars. He played the other kind of sleazy private detective, Vinny Van Lowe. He's very funny. And he's also in The 10 as well. This movie has a great cast. It has Paul Rudd, Winona Ryder, Famke Janssen, Gretchen Mol, Liev Schreiber, Jessica Alba, Oliver Platt. It's really star-studded, and everyone in this movie is very funny. So what is this movie about? This movie is essentially Paul Rudd is the narrator, and he kind of plays this person who essentially presents us 10 short films, and they're 10 short films based on the 10 Commandments. And a lot of the characters kind of overlap. It's 10 short films. I don't want to get into too specific about it. So, like I said, this movie has an all-star cast. And I admittedly really came in with this movie with a bias, because I love these people, and their humor isn't for everyone. It's kind of dumb. It's very lewd and absurd. So if you're not into that, I really probably should stay away from it. This film has, like I said, it's 10 short films, and so with that, you kind of have a hit or miss syndrome. Some of them are a lot better than others. Anytime Winona Ryder is in this movie, it's hysterical. I'm really shocked she doesn't do more comedy, because the only times I've ever really seen her do a lot of comedy were in this and an episode of Strangers with Candy, which is another TV series that I really, really like. And she's really hysterical in this movie. Definitely, I think the strongest short film in this one is one that involves Justin Theroux, who actually helped write the Tropic Thunder screenplay, and Gretchen Mol, who you might know from the notorious Betty Page. This is about kind of a mild-mannered woman played by Gretchen Mol who goes on vacation to Mexico and actually ends up kind of having an affair with a Spanish man who somehow turns out that he's Jesus. And it's incredibly hilarious. The end of the segment ends up exactly like Y tu mamá también, and I really liked this one. I thought it was incredibly funny and kind of subversive with, it's what David Wain and all these guys kind of do best. For me, the weakest part of the movie is, I was kind of surprised that I didn't think this was as funny as I wish I thought it was. It has Carrie Kinney, who you probably know as Trudy Waggle from Reno 911. She has 2 black sons. Their dad dies and is a white guy, and she confesses that she had an affair with another man, and the kids are they're not surprised at all because they're black and she's white, but she confesses that their dad is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and so she hires an actor to come and pretend that he's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the man is played by Oliver Platt. And so I guess if you think someone doing a Arnold Schwarzenegger impression is funny, you're in luck, because this movie has a segment about that. I don't think that's funny at all, and I thought that felt really flat. And some of these segments fall pretty flat. But like I said, Winona Ryder really stands out. Paul Rudd is the narrator. He's kind of having all these lovers quarrel with his wife, who's played by Famke Janssen in the movie, which are hysterical. He's having an affair with Jessica Alba, who's in the movie, who's very funny, who I usually don't care for. There's the ending segment I also thought fell pretty flat. It's about a guy who stops going to church and he spends Sundays naked, and there's like this big dance sequence with a bunch of naked guys, and I don't know, I guess I'm past the age where seeing a guy's ass is as funny as it used to be. If I have a big critique for this movie, it's that it doesn't have enough of the kind of the Stella core, as I like to think of it, which is David Wain, Michael Ian Black and Michael Showalter. They're really only in this film a tiny little bit, and I think that their humor is pulled off best when they're doing it themselves. And I was so sad that Michael Showalter really only has like 2 bit parts in this role. I mean, they're really funny parts in this movie, but I just wish that there was more of that. This movie isn't totally successful, but I really admire comedies that kind of take risks, and I think this movie is really interesting. And it's hit or miss, but I would rather have that than see a boring comedy that is just paint by numbers or something like that. So I am going to give this movie a 3 out of 5. Admittedly, I do love all the actors in this movie. I love the creative team. So if you at all like Stella, if you like Reno 911, a lot of the people who were in the state ended up doing Reno 911. So if you like that, if you like Stella, if you like Wet Hot American Summer, if you like absurd comedies, if you aren't easily offended, I highly recommend this movie. It's very funny. But I also highly recommend seeing Wet Hot American Summer because I think it's a much polished version of this kind of humor. So 3 out of 5. If you guys are liking these reviews, make sure and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.